Hi, my name is Tamanna Roashan, and I'm the founder of Dress Your Face and Dress Your Face Live. A lot of my followers actually ask me on Instagram and on other social media like how my husband and I keep things fresh and what's our secret to staying so in love over so many years of being together and through our long distance and everything. I think it's so cute that you asked that. Our secret is really just, there's a couple different things. Like, I have him work with me. We consider ourselves partners, business partners and life partners. So involving him in my baby, which is my business, really helps to keep us together and spending time together, even though a lot of it is business related time. But having that connection throughout the day is really important. And then we also love to vacation together. So once a year, we actually plan a honeymoon to kind of redo our honeymoon, but in a new destination. So we choose a new place every year to go to based on our slow season. And we spend a week together with as minimal social media as possible so we can just kind of rekindle lost time. I would say when it comes to my personal style, whether it's with makeup or fashion or anything, I'm more influenced by culture and traditions rather than an actual person or a designer. I like a lot of mixed things, but I would say my Indian background and my Afghan background influenced me the most. So that whole East meets West thing, and especially with the Indian background because of the textiles, the colors, the rich tones, the textures, the embroidery, the embellishments. And I kind of incorporate that into my makeup as well. Even on American celebrities, I like to add a little hint of glitter once in a while and bring them into our world, and the double liner, and I get to have fun with them and they love it because it is so different. My dream client, I have a lot of them, but I would obviously have to say Kim Kardashian out of everyone, just because she is a glam girl. I'm a glam girl. I like to do glam makeup, and with her face, I mean, it's just heavenly. I think I could do a good job on her. As far as starting those Dress Your Face Live classes, it was actually something that we've been thinking about, my husband and I. Actually, it's my husband's idea. Years ago, he was telling me that I should start doing online classes for people that are overseas, the ones that can't afford to come here and get trained by me here in LA or where I was living in San Francisco. And I just thought, it's going to be hard to do that because over webcam, you can't really see all the details. And then once I moved here to LA, I met a team that was actually thinking of hosting online webinars for makeup artists. So we got together, we all had this huge meeting, and I was like, let's take this to the next level. I would love to have an online makeup school where I get to teach worldwide to the masses at once. And they said, absolutely, this is what we've been planning too. They actually were already building the website from scratch. So I just kind of joined in a partnership with them. And it took off from there. We planned everything very quickly because we were both separately planning this. Like Kushal and I, my husband and I, were planning it on one end, and this team that I had never even met were already planning it for so long. So by the time we meshed, we were already ready and we were just kind of good to go. So it was so amazing because I was able to reach so many people that weren't able to reach me earlier, and I can actually answer questions live because this whole thing is live. So as they have questions for me on Instagram, I check it and I answer it live on camera for everyone. It's amazing. It's so fun. So what my 2015 students should expect online, we are going to be bringing bigger and better celebrities, big names, and a lot of highly requested video tutorials for my students, including like more contour classes, more skin classes, more eye looks, just everything that they want to learn, but on really, really fun faces. So that's one thing for online. And then personally, I'm teaching students every day from the home studio to get them the highest certification that I offer. And another huge thing that's rolling out really soon is my online certification classes too. So now my online students will have an option to take my very intensive course in a pre-recorded video set, and they get to learn an intense amount of curriculum, and they would have to actually test their knowledge in several quizzes, and then when they pass, they'll get certified from me that way too. So I have a few partnerships and collaborations planned for this year in 2015. One that's coming up pretty soon is my own design of false lashes. They are going to be cruelty-free mink, and I can't talk too much about it until it comes out, so you'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be based on my ideal lash. So something very, very fluttery, very flirty, pieces of long, pieces of short, and it's not going to be that typical, like, here's a fan of lashes. It's going to be very, very multi-dimensional. So I'm excited for that. And then after that, I have a hair extension line coming soon for color-treated hair, for highlighted hair, ombre hair, and all that good stuff. So those are all coming very soon. I made a little list of destinations on Instagram on my post. And right now we're working on Houston and Seattle. We're adding in Michigan and Miami and New York or New Jersey, one of those. And for overseas, we're doing London and Dubai. Dubai is going to be the finale for next year. So very excited. I'm going to be releasing dates pretty soon once we get closer to each section of the tour. And the whole purpose of this was to just make sure that my students who are not able to come all the way here to me, that I'm able to go in different regions so that people around those regions can come to that place. And it'll be a lot more affordable for them to all gather in one nearby place instead of having to come all the way here to California for me. So as far as Canada, what I did was, because I did a Canada stop in my very first tour about a year and a half ago. And the customs thing was really difficult, and I want to make sure my students can afford the tickets. I don't want to drive it up so high. So every place that I can go that's close to a US destination, I chose to do it in a US destination so that my ticket prices can be low for my students. So you can just drive from Canada and come over. So for my Vancouver students, who I have in abundance, they are able to come to my Seattle class. My Toronto students can come to the Michigan class or the New York class very easily and manage to get a way cheaper ticket price from my class instead of me doubling the rate for, Canada. So I tried to be very fair when it came to that. So that's why we chose the place we chose. But then there's really nothing I could do about going to Europe and going into the Middle East. So that's what it is. So for this tour's goodie bags, I do want to keep around some of my longtime sponsors. So certain tour stops are definitely going to have the Anastasia Beverly Hills goodies that I always like to give out, and the LA Girl Cosmetics. Those are kind of like my go-to brands. But I am going to be trying over the next couple of months some new brands to give them a chance to kind of sprout out and open up their market. So I'm going to be testing them to see if it works for the makeup looks that I do, and if it does, then I will be offering those items in the goodie bags as well. Basically what we did was we got ready for the Golden Globes. I gave her like a soft, kind of almost like a daytime look, but with a evening twist to it. And what we did was, it was awesome because I've wanted to work with her for a while now. We actually met a year ago at the IMATS last year in LA, before I even moved here. And since then I was like, oh my God, what a beautiful girl. Like, I've always been a fan of her music, and now that I'm hearing that she's having her own TV show, it would be awesome to work with her. And her mom called that's her manager, just like, Kim K's mom's her manager. So she called and she was like, yeah, Christina has this huge show coming up, and we're doing this segment for the Golden Globes, and it's with L'Oreal, and it's with this other huge A-list makeup artist, Billy B. He does like every A-lister out there, like seriously everyone. He's a kind of a god. And so the segment was for me to have Christina ready, and then she was going to go in front of Billy B, and then Billy B on the air would
add a little touch to each of her sisters. So he added a smoky eye touch to my work, and then on one of the sisters he added a lip, and on another sister someone else did nails. So it was kind of like how to bring a day look to a night look for the Golden Globes. So it was a collaboration, and it was awesome because I basically like got her completely ready, and so most of the filming was my work, and I'm like, oh my god, that's me. And so it was aired live during the Golden Globes, so that exposure was amazing, and I posted it on Instagram, got so much love, and we're actually working together again this, well, I don't know when you guys are going to see this, but this Sunday is the airing of her first episode, the premiere of Christina Milian Turned Up, which is her, you know, just like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it's her family life. It's her sisters, her mom, and their dynamic, and so we're going to be working together on the show, and that was pretty cool. But the Golden Globes was crazy. I did work on a couple clients for the Golden Globes that were attending the awards banquet and the after parties and stuff, and I went to the Golden Globes last year. Anastasia Beverly Hills took me as her date. It was really awesome. It was like an eye-opening experience. So then I knew, I was like, award season's so me. I have to move to LA. And I made sure that I was available during award season, you know, this month and the upcoming months. Anytime there's an award, an award show, I've actually blocked it off because celebs like to ask for you last minute. So I made sure I'm not booked with weddings on those days. They're open for the celebrity clients. So that's To be honest, once this year's tour kind of comes to an end with the whole Dubai thing, that's kind of like the shebang of the whole year, basically, the wrap up. And then of course with the launches that I have planned for this year and maybe some more surprises coming down the line. And we're also looking for a house. We're trying to like, you know, settle down and stuff. We really want to start a family. So I think after 2015, I'm not good with kids, let me tell you. I'm just a career girl. But my husband's so good with kids, and I don't want him to have to wait any longer, and I feel like I might regret waiting longer, and you only live once, and it's so important to like pass on the legacy, and I want a little girl to carry on my frickin' name. So I would love to start a family in 2016, and that way I can still do my online classes from home. I may not be able to tour the way I've been, you know, with a kid or a, you know, bun in the oven. But at least I really want to expand the online thing so I can work from home and do all that. I still want to do brides right here. I want to do my celebs. I don't want to change my life too much, but it's not going to be as crazy, and I do have to settle down with the baby. And then, you know, down the line, I would love to open up a school, like a full-on makeup academy, and have instructors that are already, you know, masters of my teaching methods that they can pass along information. And I would also like to teach, of course, you know. I don't want to just own a school and make other people learn from other people. I want to be a part of it as well, a big part of it. So that would be like my future plans. But for now, the tour, my launches, celebs, brides, babies.
Thank you all for watching me on We Decide. I had a blast answering all of your questions. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram page is DressYourFace. And if you ever want to learn some fun tips and tricks and techniques for hair and makeup, you can learn everything directly from me on www.dressyourfacelive.com. See you next time.